fine.
You ready? Am I ready? Yeah. I can get down to there, right?
Find some space. Let the person on the computer have some space. So if you come that side of the computer, that's it, brilliant. And I'm going to put a bit more light in. I'm going to put a bit more light in.
I'll be in the court not to go over yet. I feel they're all leaving you.
Yeah, leave that because the sun affects the rays. So what we want to do is just tune into the feet. So feel the feet on the ground. We're sinking the hips. So sink the hips back and down and float up with the head and relax the body. So you've got this, you want to sink the hips, go back and down. You want the head to float up. You want the chin to be slightly tucked in. You want to sink the shoulders and just take a few slow, deep breaths.
I feel like a monkey.
It's a bit like, yeah, it's very similar actually. It's a bit like, well, it's more like what a 1-year-old would stand like.
Yeah.
So if you look at small people, youngsters, probably between the age of about 1 and 3, they've got the best posture. As soon as they go to school and then they get stuck behind a desk, that's when they start kind of curling in. You see, most of the time what you want to do is have this bit sinks back and down, and the back and down is what brings the head up. So the head's floating as your hips sink back and down, and you're nice, and it is kind of like, it's got an ape-like quality to it, but then we are apes. Yeah, it's got a, it's like a, but it's more upright. They're more a bit like that, whereas we're more like this. So there's a...
We're halfway.
We're halfway, yeah. So you want to feel the ground under the feet and really just settle into the ground and breathe in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Just take a few slow breaths and relax around the jaw. So you want this lovely, soft, springy feeling in your skin and your muscles, and then this upward, solid, supportive feeling in your bones. Yeah. So the phrase from the Tai Chi classics that Mike really understands the theory of Tai Chi and reads a lot and does a lot of research. It's almost like being consistently when you're doing this stuff, or anything that requires a lot of practice. It's like you're at university all year round forever. And there's this phrase in the Tai Chi classic, the translation from the Chinese, which is called outside the softness of cotton, inside the temper of steel. So that's what we're cultivating when we're standing. We've got this soft exterior that sort of slightly friendly ape-like look, but inside there's this real solidity and toughness. And it's the same if you're sitting, you're sinking your hips and you're lengthening, and you've got this nice relaxed feeling. We're just going to turn the waist.
Steel's got a bit rusty these days.
Yeah, because it's inside, it doesn't rust. Because it's covered, so it's very. So yeah, do the sort of oscillate between chair and not chair, and then what you'll do is you gradually build the strength in the body, and you want to sink the hips. So I'll just show you that again. So I'm going back and down, really sinking the hips. This is exaggerated, because actually when you're sinking your hips properly, you can't see the movement at all, which is great for individual practice, but no good for students in a class or as a teacher of the class, because then no one can see what you're doing. really hard. So, but that and down is more like an internal feel, and it's a bit like I watched this show on a couple of my close sort of creative friends did this amazing thing in London. It was fabulous, and one of them is a full-time professional dancer, choreographer and dance teacher, and the other one is a painter who dances. And the painter was doing a big painting and the dancer was doing amazing dancing to this very, very modern music that sounded very, very good actually. And it was all colours and it was wonderful. I mean, it was really, really good. And I got a free ticket, so I was glad and it was my friend, so I was going to support them. But even so, I was very impressed by how well and connected the dancer was when she moved. But then when I watched my friend who was painting and dancing at the same time, so she had some moves that they choreographed, the choreographer had given us some moves to learn for this particular piece. And you could see the difference in execution of the movements. So the full-time professional dancer was all like smooth and connected. And the person who's started looked like someone who had a natural talent but was starting dancing, and it was fine. It was fine, but it kind of, this is like that. This, it's not like, it's a slightly different approach to exercise. So you use your mind and focus a lot in it, and you gradually go from the person who was the painter who likes dancing and has a natural talent. Everyone's got a natural talent for Tai Chi. It just needs it needs practice, that's it. It's like, and then when you practice, you get less bad at it. It's like my cello teacher, I'm hoping to see my cello teacher maybe next week, because she's brilliant. And I heard this amazing young fellow, Josh, play a Bach saraband from the Suites. They've done these cello pieces, all for solo cello, Bach did, and he's one of my favourite composers anyway, because it's quite like Tai Chi.
You haven't got the music today, I just realised.
Yeah, I'll stick it on in a minute. I've not put the speakers in, and we'll put it on in a sec, because it's quite nice, because my friend Peter's put it up on the internet now. And when he played his cello, it was like watching my Tai Chi teacher in Reading do Tai Chi, but inside a cello. He was very connected, he was very grounded, he was very aware of what was going on all the time, and he was having fun. Playing this most amazing Bach piece that I'd heard a recording of. I think it was Jean-Pascal Tortelier or something playing it, or Paul Tortelier. Yeah, his dad, Paul Tortelier, and that was the son, playing the cello, and I'd heard a recording of it, but actually hearing someone play it in real life, it was completely different, even though it was all the same stuff, and I was like, wow, this thing's really alive. And it's a bit like that. When you're doing this art, it's like that. You know, it's like... But with the third component, as well as being a form of meditation and exercise, it's also got the origins of the martial art. So that's where the inside, the temper of steel comes in. So there you go. It's right, isn't it? And we're all breathing. We'll do. Yeah, I've put the kettle on. I've got the tea and coffee out. What I forgot, did you bring the milk?
Yes.
Well done. And I've got funny milk in the car. If any of you like funny milk. And so what we found last week was if we have a tea break halfway, it fills us with fortitude to do another 25 minutes. And it doesn't feel like it because we've been teed up and we've got our strength.
Yeah, I brought some biscuits.
Oh, we've got biscuits as well. Fantastic.
God, we're spoiled.
We're being very spoiled. So yeah, so you want to take your time to really get into it and not be in a hurry. You're just sort of, it's like you're like luxuriating in the bath in a way. You out too soon. You want to go, right, let's have a, you know.
Can you do Tai Chi in the bath?
You can do Tai Chi in the bath, I have. You can do Tai Chi in the swimming pool. I've done Tai Chi in the sea because I can be a bit literal sometimes. And my teacher said, imagine you're moving through water. Well, I was on holiday in Cornwall. This was about probably nearly 20 years ago now. And I was like, oh, move as if, oh, look, there's the sea. I'm in with Cosy. Great. And so I went into the sea. And I did a bit of swimming, and I thought, I wonder what it's like if I do some Tai Chi and do the 24 step. And I did the whole of the 24 step, I did some Qigong. And I knew by reading in the book, Move as if you're moving through water, I could really feel that. But what they didn't take into account when they wrote it was when the sea, it moves. And it means you get swept away. So I think what they meant was if you was in a still pond or something like that. But it was very interesting. And it is quite interesting if you do get a chance to be in a big body of water, to like feel your hands move and do this movement in the water, because then you'd feel the water around you and there'd be a resistance. And I tried it out and it was very interesting, but also very wet because I kept falling in because the sea kept moving. But you know, it's just when I really like to find out something, I do. So
yes, I've done some of those aquafit.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And they give you great big gloves to put on so that when you move your hands, you've got tremendous resistance.
Yeah. I love that the aquafit is brilliant. They do a bit of Tai Chi in the aquafit sometimes as well. I've seen them. Yeah, very good. So you want to keep your knees in line with the toes. You want to sink your hips. You want to breathe, and we're just going to open the shoulders. So when you're turning, you want to really keep your careful. You want to really keep your So you want to sink your hips and relax more, and you want to keep your centre of balance in the right spot. Because if you move your centre back, really, you can go flying. So we want to avoid flying. We want to get stable. That's it. Marvellous. Okay, we'll do bounce and shake. We'll just start with a bit of bounce. And then, can anyone remember, were we looking at the Fasten Gong? Can anyone remember what we were?
Didn't we do it there?
We did, where you go side to side and lift your heel up?
Yes.
Yeah. We did that. Oh, good. Thank you for remembering. Brilliant. Well,
We did those 12 exercises or so.
the 12 exercises. We did all 12?
Yes.
So,
Oh, brilliant. We'll do them again.
In two
Yeah.
chunks, I think.
In 2 chunks. Great. We'll do them again. Yes, I thought that's what we did. Because sometimes what I do the night before, if I'm not, I went to see my mum, so I didn't have the night before. I normally look at the video and say, remind myself. Then I'll know what I'm supposed to teach.
Nice to know we're in your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's just useful because then you get continuity. And 4, 3, 2, 1, shake. So you get some continuity, and then that's not so bad. Keep breathing some more. Fantastic. Nice and tall. Four, 3, 2, 1. And just back to bounce. Just take a bit of time just to check the posture again. Check the posture again. So, it is a danger when you're doing the turning movements, unless you get your alignment just so. If you get your alignment a bit off, that's a bit of a trip hazard. But if you get your alignment centred and yourself nice and balanced, you can do it all day long without flying to the ground. So, time for that. Oh yeah, we'll do this one. So we're just like that. So if you imagine you're moving through water, I mean, there was another time I was at a Tai Chi thing. I was at a Tai Chi retreat, a 5-day Tai Chi retreat, and we were in this very, very old house that was over 100 years old. So not as old as some houses, but had been basically was built by a rich person to show off to his partner, I guess. and it was full of bathrooms. Like, I lost count of the number of bathrooms it had, but we were there for 5 days doing Tai Chi, and I basically had a different bath each day, just because I was, oh look, there's another one, oh look, there's a giant stuffed emu, that was a bit weird, so there was these stuffed animals everywhere. I was really glad that we didn't go back, because it was very weird, this place, but turn the palms up, but the bath was so big, it meant I could do a bit of Tai Chi. So I was really happy, because I was moving through water. Yeah, it really worked. So imagine you're moving through water, or you just go to a big stately home and go in the bath and do your Tai Chi. And then that's it, we're nice and tall. Yeah, we'll put some music on when we do our Fasun Gong, because that'll be nice, which will set us up nicely for tea and biscuits. I'm very excited, this is great. I just totally approve of balanced exercise. There we are. So you want to relax your lower back, and we've got a soft focus gaze. 4, 3, that's it. Use your bout in your legs. 2, 1, and then we're gonna just relax again. I will show you the next one because this one's a bit tricky. So I've got a slightly wider posture just so I can feel the weight move, and there's a weight shift. So let's just break it down into bits. We're shifting the weight, and we shift the weight like this. So it's very tempting to kind of stick. That's not really shifting the weight, that's moving your hips here, and then there's a little bit more weight. A more efficient way of shifting the weight is keeping your hips level, and then transferring, and then that's a smooth, then you can tell the difference. So you can check this at home with a mirror. You look in the mirror, and if you see you're doing this, or that's not quite what we're doing. I mean, that's what you're doing, but it's fine. But what you want to do is you want to do it more like that, which is different. Now you can do that if you could use your chair to hold on to, just to kind of help, or have a chair either side of you, and then that works. Or a wall, you can just do that, and that's quite good. So you don't need to. Okay, now we're going to go to this side. And you sink into that foot, and just like you're in your bath, you're luxuriating in that leg. Really cool. Oh, lovely. And then you turn, you've got your lavender, you've got your candles going. And then you transfer the weight, and then you've got your Bach preludes and the cello. Yeah. There we are. There you go. And then if anyone asks, I'm practicing Tai Chi. Here we go. So that's it. So you transfer, and you're turning away from the weighted leg. Let me show you that from the back. Just relax, because this does murder your legs. So I transfer into my left foot. I turn to the right corner, and I can actually see the corner. I'm looking at the never use force corner. That's the corner I'm using. So that's a Tai Chi statement, never use force. Transfer the weight. You want to use efficient biomechanics. Then you don't need any force, only a little, just enough force. Or never use too much force. You want to use just what's appropriate for that. There we go. We're breathing, we're stopped. And then once you've got the shapes, you can then relax into the shape. And just make it, smooth it off. So like when I was looking at the two dancers, the sort of beginner dancer and the master dancer, and just the difference. And you just think, yeah, you can see it's both dancing, but one looks smoother than the other, but it was fine. It was good. So we're getting ourselves smoother and more efficient. That was it. She moved in a very efficient manner, and there were all shapes and curves, and it was all very connected all the way through. Real pleasure to watch. Fantastic. Very impressed. Okay. smile of contentment, you know, just, yeah, that's it, all there we go, and then we now do the arms. So now we've got it's about getting the setup, getting yourself tuned like a instrument. So there's this, so one in front, one behind, and it's the same body mechanic. It's nice and relaxed, and we're all breathing. So do remember to breathe. That's not bad at all. Yeah, no whacking your friends. that's later. So one in front, one behind. And don't worry, if I'm doing something and your arms seem to have gone on a detour, that's fine. You've got to start somewhere. It's a bit like, you know, it's fine. It will sort itself out just through repetition. Each time you do this, it's slightly less bad. So eventually it will, you know, I mean...
Just me, that I find I can do to the right very easily.
Yeah.
And it's not so
But
easy.
it's
on the left.
everybody. Everybody has one side that seems to work and flow better than the other. I don't know anyone that doesn't. Yeah. I mean, maybe someone like Grandmaster Chen Shao Wang, probably, but... You know, he started when he was 3, and he's pushing 80 now, so he's 77 years of practice to get good, you know. So, yeah, but everyone can improve. You know, even, you know, not all of us have the luxury of starting this stuff when we're 3. But you can improve.
Did you start it when you were 3?
Yeah. No, I didn't. No. But it's like with musicians, you get some people,
Yeah.
was it Joshua Bell, the fiddle player? I think he started when he was 6 or 7 or something.
Some of them are
And then
young.
you get some people, one of my friends didn't start learning fiddle till she was 50.
Yeah.
She sounds pretty good.
It's pretty good.
She sounds pretty good. You know, considering he had 47 years on her, or whatever.
Oh, man.
So don't knock where you are, and don't knock, you know. It's fine, everyone can get better. Okay, and then let's just do, let's do this one.
You haven't taken our ages yet.
Oh no, it's fine, it's not, I mean, that's another thing, there's a sort of false belief that if you're over a certain age you can't learn nothing.
When you get over 35.
You know, whatever, and you just think, what a load of nonsense, because when I was at Soham, I started teaching them the Laoja, which is what we learn here, and it's one of the most hardest forms in Tai Chi. And I thought, I think we should just give it a go and see if we can get it to work or not. Let's just do it. And one of my training buddies from London, we practiced hopefully we'll be meeting up and we hold pads up for each other to hit, and then he'll show me this is what I learnt in class, and I'll go, this is what I learnt in class, and we have a bit of a training thing, then we go and have a cup of tea and hopefully some cake. So, you know, balance. And he said, oh, why are you bothering teaching them the form? People over a certain age can't learn anything new. And I was like, what a load of nonsense. So I told my so-in-law, I said, hey, look, this is what he said. What do you think about it? And they went, rubbish. And they actually learned the form pretty well. It's a bit of incentive. It doesn't matter what age you are.
Might take a bit longer, but we get there.
Even if you're 96 and a half, you can learn something. If you've got a brain and it's still switched on, you can learn things. It might take a bit longer than a 3-year-old, but who cares? It doesn't matter. And it especially doesn't matter because we're going to be having a tea break soon. So, you know, get your priorities. It's good, isn't it?
Sometimes people want to find a switch to turn the brain on. So.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Well useful.
there's something about going into to a class and then joining in, and then you've learnt something. You always come away with something. Four, three, two, and one. Marvellous. And then we're just turning and just letting the shoulders relax, and we're nice and tall, and we're breathing. Fantastic. So just really let go of the muscles around the shoulder joint. You want to tune into this very calm, solid place. So it's not. One thing with Tai Chi is that you can look at Tai Chi and it looks like they're away with the fairies, and if they are away with the fact they're not doing Tai Chi, if they're very clear, like that dancer or like that cellist or like Chen Xiaowang, when he's Grandmaster Chen Xiaowang, when he's doing anything, there's this real, almost crackling clarity and intention, and he's not missing anything. It's that kind of consistent focus of attention that is very useful in all sorts of situations, you know, like driving around London and stuff. It's like So you just want to relax, but feel very clear and calm and centred. Okay, that's it. So, nice soft muscles, nice upward bones. Yeah. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and wobbling. I like wobbling. I did this for about 10 years with Karel Baskuda. Now he's another chap who's very, very clear in his movements and pretty solid but soft. And it's wonderful to see. Very, very good. And we did this, the first time I was introduced to this particular movement we're doing right now, we did for an hour and a quarter as part of a weekend retreat. He goes, oh, I've been doing this. Look, and we did it. And when we stopped, what I noticed was that I felt relief, and that I turned up my tummy and my back felt toned, and my muscles of my legs really ached because it works a leg. And then he was doing he was giving us little instructions while we were doing it. Feel this, feel your big toe. He did it at one point, which is very strange. Feel your head float, feel the hips sink. Right, sink your hips, everyone, you're up too much, you know, stuff like that. And he just kept it going for an hour and a quarter, and he goes, I think we'd better stop now. And then I was so bamboozled by this, and then we did it. And then about 10 years later, I said, Karel, this exercise, what is it actually called? And he went, oh, wobbling. So there you go. So I just know it was wobbling. But I think he probably just made that up at the spot. He never even bothered giving it a name, because he just did this thing. And sometimes you go in the other way. And then the other thing he said is you have different gears. So you can do it in first gear. And then this is 6th gear. And then he says if you hit gear 10, you will disappear. So there you go. That's all I know about this exercise. I haven't managed to disappear yet, but you can kind of, so it just kind of vibrates, because I saw him do, and this is what it looks like really fast, and it was almost like he was buzzing. I can't replicate it, but then he went back to this one, and it's very good. But if you do it for an hour and a quarter, I don't, you know, unless you want to experiment, find it out, put a timer on. You might be on hold, or waiting for the plumber, and they come in any time between 10 and 3. Brilliant, or 8 and 3. Any time between 8 and 3, you know, tea, 2 sugars and all that. You can do this while you're waiting for them to turn up at 10 to 3. You could have done, you know, and then you'll know. Brilliant, well, that's enough of that. Shake it. Any questions on the loosening?
That ought to be dragged as bum moving or something like that. Yeah.
know it was wobbling. I just know it was wobbling, and I'm not even sure if that was really its name or whether he was just thinking of something just to come out with a name for it, because he'd never actually bothered. Because he gets all these moves and will do a thing over and over again, and then you'll come back a couple of months later and you'd have practiced it and said, oh, you know when we were doing this move? And which one? It was middle winding. We did it last week, and I've been practicing it, dedicated every single morning for a year, because I was like, I want to do that. And then I went, look, I've done this move, you know, this is what. And he went, what is that? I have never seen it before. And I was like, oh God, he's in one of those moves. If you had seen it before, Corel, how would you do it correctly? Oh, yes, well, I'd do it like this. So he's got this very dry sense of humour. And yeah, so turn the foot out. Now, it might be good to use a tram line or something, or some floorboards if you've got those at home, to measure the distance between your heels, and you want to keep that distance when you step the foot forward. And then you sink down as if you're sitting on a space hopper. That's it. So, yeah, and then you go forward. Now try and avoid, that's not going to give you enough of a stable base. That's too much. That's just right. Like the porridge. You know, when she didn't have the bowl that was too cold, she didn't have the bowl that was too hot, she had the bowl that was just right. You know, Goldilocks and the three bears. So, one of my other Tai Chi friends, Andrew Heckett, often likes to refer to literature to teach Tai Chi, because he was a literary scholar in America, and he's used quotes from Winnie the Pooh and stuff in order to get a point across in Tai Chi. I haven't quite got his gravitas, but Goldilocks and the Three Bears, it wants to be just right. Not too much, not too little. No. So nice and tall, and you're sinking. You sink down through the front foot, you sink down through the back foot, but you're keeping this smooth, horizontal line of action. So what you're avoiding is up and downers. What will probably happen is there is up and downers, because you've got to start somewhere, and it's, you know, but what you want is this smooth, soft, smooth, and so that's it, nice. And it's another one that works the balance. So you want to be upright in the body, so by sinking the hips, and the head floats, and you're feeling the ground under your feet. There's this real strong connection to the ground. Nice. Now try it the other side. So bring the foot back, you're in Wu Chi, you sink, you breathe, you turn, you transfer. Now bring that foot forward, probably about a foot and a third foot width forward. Yeah. Try a little bit more forward, a little bit more forward. That's it. And then turn the back foot out a bit. No, your back foot. The other back foot. That's it. That might be easier. That might be easier. You want to be on a wide base. So you can do it like that, but that's a bit hard to. It's too much work to try and get all that in. It's better kind of over exaggerate. It's a bit like if you're building a nice building, and it needs a bit of. We're kind of dealing, what we're doing is we're dealing with our foundations, we're getting our foundations sorted out. And normally when a building needs foundations sorted out, they put a bunch of scaffolding around it, don't we? So this is like the scaffolding, while we're sorting out our foundations. It's, yeah. And we want to take your time, and you want to relax, and not be in a hurry, or be in a worry. You just want to go, oh, okay, what's going on? And if you get a bit wobbly or whatever, that's fine too. Just go, oh look, it's a bit wobbly, okay. It's fine. Just notice what's happening. Notice what. That's beautiful. Let's shake out. Can you feel your legs?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? We weren't using any weights, and this happens just by focusing our attention on where our feet are. in relation to the rest of our cells. And you want to build it like a building. You want to build it from the ground upwards. And the other thing Mike said the other week was you want to maybe ignore what the arms are doing and look at what the legs are doing. Look at the feet, legs, waist. That's the bit you focus on, and that will tell you what the arms are doing. Because the arms are a result of all this stuff underneath. They're not the thing. You want to avoid looking at them first. So there was one time where Mike turned round to teach something, so you could just see his back. And then one of the students said, "Oh, when you turn your back, I can't see your arms, and I don't know what your arms are doing." And he said, "Yes, that's right." And I was like, yeah, he wants us to look at it. So he's very, it's good. Okay, let's let's do a little bit of Eva's wiggly exercise. So she does this wiggly thing, and you just wiggle, and you lift the heels, just wiggle your legs, wiggle your arms. And we'll just do a little bit of joint loosening, and then we'll have a look at the Fasten Gong, and then we'll have break for tea, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at silk reading. And I'd quite like to start the form, just because it's fun for me. So we'll do it. Okay, so we'll start with a shoulder. We go up, back, down, round. 1, 2, 3. Especially as the weather's starting to change. 4, 5. We want to make sure our joints are content. 6, 7, and 8. Fantastic. Now, same shoulder, opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sit down. Other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bird folds its wings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Monkey King takes a seat. So I'll show you. Sink the hips back and down, and the hands act as counterbalance. I'm going to do 6 of these. 1, 2. Nice and tall. 3. Sink the hips back, hands counterbalance, and then bring the hands and hips back to where you found them. 4, 5, and 6. Fantastic. Okay. Polishing the table. Turn. Hands, hips sink back, hands go forward, and you swing the hips around. You put it back where you found it. 2, other side. Turn. 3, turn, forward and back, put it back where you found it. 4, turn, forward and back, put it back where you found it. Let's do 2 more. 5, and 6. Fantastic. Nice and relaxed. Very good. So now what we're going to do is very gently, hands on the hips, going to circle 1 to the side, 2 to the front, 3 to the side, 4 to the back, 2 to the side, 2 to the front, 3 to the side, 4 to the back, 3, 4, 5, other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet together, hands very gently on the knees, circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, other way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very gently going to turn our head, just 1, 2, we'll do 8 of these, 3, see the hips, good posture, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then a semicircle going to the top corner. 1, 2, nice and relaxed, 3, 4, 5, keep breathing, 6, 7 and 8. Nice and relaxed, very good. Nice and tall, breathing in and out. Okay, so the next one is, we'll do the hands. So we just start by wiggling the fingers, each finger wiggling, we'll go out to the side and back. And then wrists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, other way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down, 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 up, down. Shape. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Small circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big circle, a bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Big circle other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Rolling forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Rolling back. Sinking the hips. 2, 3. Tall through the head. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over and under. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, if you need to grab a stick of water to do that, we'll go through the Fasten Gong and then we better, I'll bring my crib sheet, because although I can remember it, you never know. Fasten Gong.
Yes.
Okay, so,
That's a different one, isn't it?
sorry?
Is
Oh, a different one.
to what we had last week?
No, the 12 things.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, it's called Fasten Gong.
I thought you had to change your item down the side of it. Is it
Yeah, that's,
a different copy?
no, it's the same thing. Okay, so, here we go. Breathing in and out. I'm just going to go through the 12. We'll just do each one 8 times. Transfer the weight, transfer the weight, transfer the weight, transfer the weight, transfer, raise the heel. 2, 3, nice, relaxed. 4, 5, that's it, nice and tall. So you want to look forward as you listen behind. 6, look forward as you listen behind and above. 7, that's it, chin tucks in. And 8. Nice, okay. Now we do this one without the step. Turning the wheel. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring it back, breathe in, breathe out. 6, 7 and 8. And then you do it with the transfer the weight, but don't lift the heel yet. 1, so it comes up, out and forward. 2, up, close, out, forward and down. 3, 4. That's it. 5, keep breathing. 6, 7 and 8. And then you transfer the weight, raise the heel. 1, 2, 3, nice. 4, very good. 5, 6, 7, 8. Next one. Rotating the wrist, or circling the wrist. Come out, you go like this. Show that from the diagonal. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Good. 6. Relax the shoulders. Nice and relaxed. 7, 8. Then with the transfer of the weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then raise the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, pressing the palm. So like this, fingers forward, fingers point forward, then you turn and then you separate. 2, 3, 4. 1 down, 1 up. Turn, 1 down, 1 up. 5. Bring them together, turn. 6, 7, 8. So now what you do is you transfer your weight to the low hand. 1. Transfer your weight to the lower hand. 2. Lower hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then with the heel lift. 1, So I'll try and keep my hands within the vicinity of my shoulder and hip. 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Parting the waves. So this one automatically does the side to side thing just because of the way the mood is set up. So you go like this. 1, 2. But just reach not too far. 3. And don't forget the lower hand. So the lower hand acts as a mirror. 4. So it's mirroring the movement. So as that one goes up, that one goes down. 5. 6. Sink the hips. 7. Good posture. And 8. And then we do it with the heel lift. 1. So just allow the heel to raise naturally off the floor. It's a slightly larger movement. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Fantastic. 7 and 8. Okay. So we'll keep this movement now, just to walk forwards and back, just because we want tea very shortly. So I'll come a bit closer for the video. So you come up and then down. Up, down, that's it. 1, down, we're transferring the weight. 2, 3, it's called marching. 4, but it's not like normal marching, you don't march like that. 5, it must have been a translation thing. 6, 7, 8. That's the difference between translation and interpretation. 1, an interpreter would know the correct word to use to get the meaning. 3, 4, whereas a literal translation doesn't always work. 5, 6, 7 and 8. Fantastic. Okay, so that's the 6th movement. The 7th movement is you just go like that. 1. So it's like a controlled version of what we did at the beginning. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then 1, 2, so you left the hip. 3, 4, nice and tall, scan across the room with your sleepy tiger eyes. 6, 7 and 8. Fantastic. Right, the next move, just let me check I've got it in the right order. Yeah, 8 offers fruit and then shooting cards. I was just checking. So the 8 offers fruit, we'll just do it like this. 1 and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nice. 7, 8. It's probably oranges, isn't it, this time of year, you know, for Christmas and that. And then 1, raise the heel and down. 2. So, 21st of November, no class, I'm in Birmingham for 3. I'm doing my training, my last weekend training, for my last week of training. 5 for the rehab, I'm doing the Tai Chi for rehab training. 6, I'll write it down on a bit of paper. 7 and 8. And then we've got shooting palms. That was the one where you brush the hand. We'll go straight into the heel lift. 1, 2, because it's quite easy, that one. 3, 4, 5, 6, energy from one hand to the other. Yes, pouring the energy from one hand to the other. So we're in movement number 11. So you go like this. We'll just do it with the weight shift. 1, 2. Think of a beautiful rainbow. So a really nice, I've given a lovely picture of a rainbow of my friends who went somewhere like Scandinavian over the week, and it was a beautiful rainbow over a lake. Oh my goodness, it was a fantastic picture. Think of a lovely, beautiful rainbow. It was a double rainbow. Oh, it was amazing, it was magic. Eight. Now we'll do 8 with a heel lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Great. Okay. Last move before our tea break. Right. We're just going to do this. We know this one. 1. Well, that was easier than last week, wasn't it? 2. 3. We learnt something. See?
Very good.
It's easy. 4. So next week we can find out which ones we found tricky and do them a little bit for longer. 5. And then we'll be experts. 6. 7. And one more. 8. And then we found, because we got to the end, and it's now time for tea. Time for tea. Brilliant. I'll pause the video. Right. Okay, so for you, for the viewers at home. Okay, so demonstration.
Have they got family?
Yes, she married with a couple of boys, a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old. Yeah. Yeah, I lose track. Suddenly you realise I've got a barbecue.
This is it from the bridge, from the back view. The back view.
So that was when I was your
Yes.
Right.
I did a number of trials. During the period, the Velvet Revolution, the first
What's the standing?
They say you would look at the biggest with they were from really young straight face. And I was there
But I found that as you grew up, you were sort of in your 20s and 30s, you always tend to relate back to your college days, and then quite a break, I suppose, and you think, well...
Great, okay. So, tea break finished. I'll just show you that from the front now, so you can see it from the front view. If anyone owes me some money, could you put it near the money place?
Yes, absolutely.
And get yourself, sort yourselves your change out of the change bag. And
Is that all the things you're teaching us?
that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're learning in this part of the class. So we're learning that, and you can do it all in a chair. So you don't even need to do it time. It's about the body mechanics. So from the front, I'll just show you what it looks like from the front. Let me just get my, yeah, I'll have to start that end. So you start with your feet together, and just so, I'm doing it in the same direction from the front, just so you can see what's happening. So we'll join in a minute. Unless you already know it, some of you on Zoom might have already done this a bit already. Feel free to muddle through if that helps. So that's the first part. And this is called Guardian Warrior Pounds the Water. Guardian Warrior Pounds the Water. So which is very satisfying to do. And then you turn, you cross. So when we were doing the silk reading last week, that's what the silk reading is for. So you want to watch the alignment of your knees, and it's quite big stances. So we're not going to do very much of it when we're doing it together. It's just so you can see the section of the form, the flow of it indeed. You want to see the section that we'll be working on for the next probably about 6 months, I should think. So. And you turn, cross the hands, and then there's 3 steps up. So you do diagonal posture, and then you do 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and then you do diagonal posture again. Oh God, this will be too much for me. And then 1, 2, 3, then you do the punch, so you turn. Now, we're going to learn this eventually. So we're going to do this for 6 months, probably about 6 months, and then we'll learn the rest. So this is just the first 5th of the form. So we've got about half an hour to go after that. If you're doing it at the slow speed, it takes half an hour in total to do. So we just did the first bit, but that's plenty. So what we're going to do, I'll just demonstrate that way. Hang on, let me just get my brain back. Okay, I'm going to mirror. So you start with your feet together, you step out. So you want to face this way. You want to face this way.
What we got to face you?
That way. Yeah, you want to face this way. This way. Okay, so you want to face that wall.
Oh,
Face that wall.
Sorry.
Yes.
That's a good
Excellent.
start.
So, actually, come in. Okay, those of you that side, you want to come in that end of the. Actually, no, that's fine. You're fine with it. Just come in a bit that way. Come in a bit this way. This way. Right. Okay, so you start with your feet together. Now step out with your left foot into Wu Chi. And then sink your hips back and down. And that's the first bit. Okay, well done. Let's do that 4 more times. And what I'll do is I'll mirror. So you step with your left foot, and I'm mirroring, so I'm stepping with my right. So feet together, nice and tall. So you sink your hips back and down. Your head, chin's tucked in, you're softly gazing forward, listening behind and above. Eyes, like the gaze of a sleepy tiger, relaxed and alert. So you sink, you raise the heel, but keep both hips level. Heel, tuck, and then you sink. So eventually what you want is the feet parallel and toes pointing forward or slightly out if your legs got put on that way, you know, because people all get made different. Okay. Right, 3 left. And begin. Step. And sink. Nice and 4. Oh. Yeah. Like you just, you know, luxuriating. This is me in my strong stance. Yeah. Okay, was doing. So breathe in, raise the hips, breathe in, and the arms are out. Then I'll show you from the side. Breathe out, sink, 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 until the hands get to leg height. That's it. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. So we just try that one on its own. So, and relax the shoulders, nice and relaxed, keeping extended. Keep the arms extended. Just show you from the side. Once more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we'll put those 2 bits together. Start from here. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out, sink. Raise the heels, step. Adjust your posture. Sink and wait for a bit. And breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so now what you do is you transfer your weight into your left foot, you bring your hands to the side. You transfer your weight to your right foot. So we're going to try that for a bit. Left, right. Hang on. Work, right, sorry, left. Right, sink down, down, left. Right, left, and once more, right, left. Okay, so now, just to show you how that looks, just watch what happens next. I'm just going to show you from the back, and then you'll be able to see. So we do this, we come up, we come down, we go to the left first, then we go to the right. This time when we turn to the right, we turn the foot out, and then we put the weight in that foot, and then we step, and then this hand comes down, and this hand comes to here in a right angle with the left hand. And just like that. So we'll just try that little bit at the end and add that bit on, and then we'll put it in from the beginning. And then what we're going to do is then from here, you open, you come underneath, like that, you bring the hand down, and then you do the squeeze thing, and that's as far as we're going to get today. And don't worry about it being perfect. It's a bit like, you know, my friend that's starting to learn the dance and was using it specifically as a kind of dance paint thing. That's going to be brilliant. When she's done this show a few times, she's going to be, you know, almost as good as a dance teacher pal. So it's the same kind of thing. So, but you've got to start somewhere. Okay, so we'll just try it out. Sink. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step. Breathe in and out. And just adjust your feet so that they look nice and neat and tidy. Neat and tidy feet. And then we do our super tiger-eye gaze. And then we breathe in, raise the hands. Breathe out, sink the hips. Then you turn to the left. So turn around, I'll turn around so you can see my hands. Then turn to the right and turn the foot out like that. Let me turn around so I'm the same way, otherwise it's confusing. Now step your left foot forward along the right tram lines. Now put your foot down, bring the hands over like that. And then you go into your right angle with the left arm and this hand's back. Okay, now turn to the sidewalk, open your hands like that. Let me just do it. Turn to the sidewalk, open your hands like that. Bring the hand over. step up with your right foot, right cat stance, right cat stance, right cat stance. You're facing that way. You want to stay that way all the time and not turn around. I'm turning around so you can see what the hands do. Right cat stance. Your right foot in cat stance. Cat stance. Bring your foot in. Bring your foot in. That's it. You like this. Then you bring the fist onto your open left palm. Right fist, left palm. That's it. Down, but tummy high. Then you raise your knee and snap the right leg. And it wants to be parallel. Parallel. Right, let's try that from here. Actually, I'll show you. So from right cat stance, fist, up, step. We're going to do that 4 more times. So, right cat stance, hand over the lower arm, 2, right hand, left, right fist, left hand, right fist that way, right fist, right hand as a fist, left hand as a cup, fist in the cup, that's it, elbows forward, there we go, then you vertical fist, raise up like that, then that's it, and they land together, so it's great for coordination. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, and then once more with feeling, cat stance. 1, 2, 3, and then just to make sure the other foot is not jealous, we're just going to stamp 5 times with that foot. Ready, go. 2, 3, 4. There you go, and then that's a bit banged. Otherwise you bang one foot and not bang the other. Good for bone density. Good for bone density. And also it feels really good. It feels really good. Okay, let's go from the beginning. For fun. My fun. Right. Okay, so feet together, nice and tall. Imagine you've got the silk suit on and you've got the lovely music played and you've got the wind blower and blossom and, you know, yeah. Okay, breathing in and out. Breathe in. And begin. Step 2. And sink. Turn around. And breathe in. Breathe out. Turn left foot, turn to the right foot out, step, bring the hands around, open, right cat stance, underneath, 2, 3, there you go, that's as far as we'll go for a while. So come round in a circle, that was a good effort everybody, that's as far as we'll come round in a circle.
Does that become the Kiwi hacker at the end of it?
It's like the hacker, yeah, it's like the, so yeah, okay, so come round in a circle, and that's not really a circle, is it? Come round, no. That's it. So turn the waist, so yeah, you want to sink your feet, sink the hips, you want to turn the waist, that's this, the waist turns to one corner, turns to the other, turns to one corner, turns to the other, you've got to be released round here, and then it turns, and this is solid, your knees are not really moving that much, but this bit is moving, so this bit's moving, this bit's moving, that's it, so turn away, turn away. You want to be nice and loose how you move. So what you want to do, let the arms go, Turn away and allow them to be moved. Allow them to be moved. That's better. That's much better, yeah. Nice and tall. So yeah, that's the first part of a half an hour form. That's good, isn't it? And we all did something, didn't we? So that's good. That's good, very good. Okay. Yeah. So we'll have a look at it in a bit more detail, hopefully next week. And we'll just have a little shake out. Because you've seen how to do it now, so then we can just work on it next week. So just breathe in, arms up. Breathe out. Breathe in. It's a good job you had those biscuits, wasn't it? That really helped. Breathe out. You should maybe have 2 biscuits. And don't just take turns to bring the biscuits. Don't just let one person bring the biscuits every week. Or if there is one person bringing the biscuits, then give it 10p or something. And then, you know, well, that's not fair. You know.
Okay, I'll bring biscuits next week.
Right, well, have a biscuit rota like I have to do in my house. I have to do a housework rota that nobody really keeps. No, well, I do it, and then one thing gets done every 6 weeks. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You need to follow through with your intentions. That's the difference between a wish and a martial art. Breathe in, breathe out.
We'll be milk monitor.
Milk monitor, yeah. You'll be the milk monitor, yeah. Breathe.
That gives you age away.
Breathe out. Yeah, I've got that milk monitor. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rub the hands together.
Yes.
That's giving our age away.
It gives you weight away.
Polish the face.
How in winter they're all frozen up out in the playground, yeah.
And then rub the hands together. And give the lower back away. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I'll do the washing up, so don't worry about that. And then, nice and tall, really relaxed. We breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and out. One more time. Lovely. Oh. So there we go, we've started the form, fantastic. And then make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, bring your feet together and bow. Brilliant. Well done everyone. Well done. Brilliant. So more next week, and then just remember the Monday the 21st or 22nd or whatever, I will be in Birmingham learning about Tai Chi for rehabilitation, so I can't.
That's November.
November, next month, just to give you a heads up.
Next week, because it's half term.
Yeah, we're here next week. Yeah, we don't really do half term. If any of you are on small child duty, you can bring them. I'm sure they like those biscuits. I'll try and bring some hot chocolate.
They're a bit more flexible.
And then they're very welcome. They're very welcome to sort of join in or go in there thing and laugh. So brilliant. Okay, I better stop.